I'm Sam from Mower Magic, and I'm here today to show you what you can expect when you receive your Sherpa SXMD16E garden sprayer. Now you should, once you've taken everything out of the packaging, have the sprayer itself, your instruction manual, the lance, two components of your handle, and your battery charger. You'll also, inside the sprayer, have two bags. One with some self-tapping screws needed for assembly, and another with all your additional nozzles in. So we'll start by putting the lance onto the hose and then getting that out of the way. So on the end of your lance, you should have an O-ring here. That's important because that creates the watertight seal. You should also have a collar like this, and that screws on to the rest of the hose assembly. So we'll just pop that on. So just insert that into there, like so. Put the collar all the way down, and then screw it on so it's nice and tight. No need for any tools, just make sure it's tightened as much as you possibly can so you don't get any leakage out of there. And then you can just clip that on the side, like so. So now we're just going to assemble the handle. For this you will need a Phillips head screwdriver. So first, just take the collar off the end of the handle. Just pop that out of the way. Now, on this part, you'll see there's one screw hole on one side and three on another. For this, we want the side with one. So, insert the pole into the handle, slide that up, and then line that hole up with this hole here. So we're going to use one of these self-tapping screws to secure it. So just do this somewhere that's well lit so you can see when that hole's lined up. When it is, just take one of the screws out of the packet and screw that in place. And then once we're done with that, just slide the collar back and do that up. There we go. And now we're just going to do the same on the bottom, but attaching this to the trolley. So now to fit the handle to the trolley here, we just need to do exactly the same thing we just did with the handle. So get the straps out of the way so we can see what we're doing. So we just need to take this collar off. Just going to put that on the tube like so. Just hold that out of the way. And then we're just lining up these holes with this one here. So there are three holes here. We only use one. There are three so that you can select which height you want your handle to be at. So it's not telescopic, it's just that one height, which is whichever hole you select when you do this. But we'll just do that now. So we'll just push that down there. I'm just going to turn this around so I can get a better look. Again, do this somewhere with good light so that you can see where the hole is inside there to line that up. And then just take another one of your screws. You get three, you only need two. You get three just in case you lose one. And we'll just pop that in there. And we'll just tighten that up. There we go. As these are self-tapping, you'll feel some resistance at the end as the screw bites into the tube, but that's normal. And we just tighten that up. That's nice and secure, and assembly is finished. If you want to remove the sprayer from the trolley, that's really simple. You just undo these two nuts here. They're captive, so they won't come all the way out. They go out to about there. Just do both sides. Just make sure they're all the way out. And then that just pulls off. And you can wear that like a backpack when you're spraying if you don't want to be pulling it about or you need to be a bit more mobile. So before we go out and start using this, I'll just quickly go over the controls. So you've got your main on-off switch here. So that's currently in the off position. That's on. And then this dial controls the speed of the pump. So when I turn this, you'll feel a click when it turns it on, and you'll hear the pump start. And you can hear there as I rotate it clockwise, the pump gets more intense. We've also got the fuse here, so the spray won't turn on without the fuse. So there's no real reason to take this out unless the fuse is blown, in which case you just need to replace it. And this is the charging port. So it's covered by rubber, by a little rubber cap, so that you don't get water in it, but that's where you plug the charger in. We'll do that now. So the charger comes in two pieces. We just need to connect the plug end into this part of the charger like so. That just pushes in. And then the charging end just goes in here. So line up that nodule there inside. That's got a good fit there. And then just plug it into the wall. So the charger just plugs into any mains outlet. And the light on here tells you what it's doing. So red means it's charging. Green means it's fully charged and can be unplugged. Now, you'll probably notice this big warning on the charger. So I'll explain that. So this charger is designed as a trickle charger. So you can leave the machine on charge as long as it's on the mains, and then the battery will just continuously be topped up by the charge. What you shouldn't do is leave it plugged in, turned off, as this will drain the battery, and if it's left like this for too long, the battery may drain so much that it's not recoverable. So either, when you finish charging, leave it on charge, switched on, or disconnect it entirely. While we're talking about charging, on the other side of the sprayer we have a voltmeter. So this shows us what the voltage of the battery currently is. When the machine's off, this will read right at the bottom in the red here. We just flip it on and we'll see the needle change. Now, as long as this is in the green here, that's fine. If the voltmeter goes below 12, then you should get a warning sound from the machine, and that means the battery needs charging. When you first receive your SXMD16E, we recommend a 48-hour initial charge. This is because after shipping, the battery may be very low. Ordinarily, full charge time is about 8 hours. So just before we see it in action, we'll quickly go through that bag of nozzles and O-rings we took out of the tank earlier. So you've got a full O-ring and seal replacement kit, you've got a spare fuse, and you've got 3 nozzles. A double-ended nozzle to increase your coverage, a fan nozzle to make your spraying a flat cone, and then a 4-hole adjustable nozzle which is designed to have the same spray pattern even in windy conditions. So now we should be ready to spray. Just before I do, 2 quick notes about usage. Firstly, there is a lock button on the trigger. Just pull the trigger down and push that lock button into place, and that means you don't have to keep fully gripping it while you're using it. The other thing is just about what to put in this. We recommend not using granular solubles or caustic materials. So with all that understood, just need to do what we did earlier. Turn it on, turn up the pump, and then we're ready to spray.